From Lexington with the SEC on ESPN. Inside Rupp Arena, where Kentucky's won 21 straight and tries to continue that streak against an Ole Miss team playing some of its best basketball of the season. These two teams tied for second in the SEC. Both chasing the number 3 team in the country, Florida, sitting at 19-2.
Zone right now as the shot clock goes to 12.
Here's Dakari Johnson. The freshman's minutes have gone up with Willie Cauley-Stein struggles, and he's really starting to play well. That three's off the front of the rim, barely grazing the rim. Here comes Kentucky. A lob for Willie Cauley-Stein, who throws it down through contact and a foul. Aaron Jones picks up his first foul. Third on Ole Miss, and Cauley-Stein to the foul line.
And Kentucky spends a lot of time on this pass right here. The lob pass, although it was a little short, Cauley-Stein goes, grabs it, and is able to go right back up and finish.
Outside. Cauley-Stein for Poitras, playing some of the best basketball of his career, averaging double figures in SEC play. He got to the foul line more frequently than usual. Good closeout from Jones to block that shot from Harrison, but Poitras found it before he got rejected by Colby. Now Cauley-Stein with his second field goal. The game at his first.
Now, albeit it's an air ball, Ole Miss had a pretty good box out. But you have to stay with it. This Kentucky team relentless.
Won back-to-back games in West Virginia. Then at 9, the Cardinals and the Cougars. It's Wednesday Night Hoops, a doubleheader on ESPNU. Poitras down the lane for the slam. Timeout, Andy Kennedy. Largest Kentucky lead of the game.
Things you want to do against pressure is get the ball in the middle of the floor and then attack. And that's exactly what Kentucky did on the possession. How about Alex Poitras? Like you said, he took off from the SEC logo.
Ooh. Yeah, that's not an exaggeration.
Against another very good front line at LSU, where he had 20 points, 9 rebounds.
Yeah. That's really the only game he's played that well as far as scoring production in conference play. Kentucky breaks it, and Cauley-Stein throws it down. Aaron Harrison from his brother Andrew. And now around to Cauley-Stein screen. James Young into the lane with a tough shot. Back-to-back 20-point games for the freshman out of Rochester Hills, Michigan. Don't hear a ton about him. He's one of the guys the NBA scouts like the most.
Yeah. Wonderful running jump hook, good extension on the shot.
Aaron Harrison got it. First 3 of the game for the Wildcats. Zipped inside to Cauley-Stein, who's got 8 points for Kentucky. To Cauley-Stein often.
Wonderful passing against the zone as the forward creeps out to the perimeter. Great delivery, great fin.
Young comes free in the corner. Shot clock down to 5. Harrison, that's a 2.
Front of the recruiting line. And when Marshall was at South Plains, 36-0 national champions, junior college, Kennedy was able to grab it.
Offensive rebound leads to Harrison, who got the board and then ripped the 3 to put Kentucky back in front. Going to go to the line for a 1-1.
And once again, offensive rebound leads for a second shot opportunity.
White against Young, got blocked by Cauley-Stein, and then found Cox underneath, who couldn't score. Once again, White with a loose ball. He gets rejected by Cauley-Stein.
Now you're seeing Willie Cauley-Stein hustle to the corner, gives a second effort, and that's what you're looking for.
Aaron Harrison off to James Young. Harrison led all scorers in that first half with 12. One game after he had 21 to lead the team Saturday. Harrison down the lane off the back iron and in, and 14 points for the freshman out of Richmond, Texas. First half of the season, 1 point, 1 rebound. Took just 1 shot from the field. Anthony Perez goes into contact. Andrew Harrison tracks it down in numbers for Kentucky. Henderson will pop from out here. Tried to thread one into Jones, but it was stolen away. Young able to lay it in. Kentucky off to a good start in this second half. It's torture for him right now. Young for three. Poitras the offensive board. And the finish. Here's Summers on the drive and blocked by Johnson. 7 Kentucky block.
Ball reversal from one side to the other. And offensive rebounding, that's just effort. Curls into the lane.
One short of his season average for made threes. Johnson at the game's first bucket. That's his first 6. Here's Colby against Johnson, who gets his second block of the second half.
As long as you don't get him an angle to the rim, Ja'Cory Johnson just walled him up. Very good defense. Good positioning defensively. Johnson, not a great athlete, but position defense.
So who provides the scoring for the Rebels? How about White? Nope. Randall brings it out. Ahead of steam and bad intentions. On this coast-to-coast dunk for the first field goal of the game for Julius Randle.
Joe, how many guys 6'9", 250? Now, he's a left-hander, so ball's in his right hand. That's not his strength and speed, but... And Derek Millinghouse, one of the best decisions he's made all... And with the 3 fouls, only played 11 minutes in the first half, which hurt Ole Miss.
Aaron Harrison rattles out a 3. Poitras there for the offensive rebound and a putback. And Poitras with 8. Kentucky's laid back to double figures.
Get out, hedge hard, recover.
They'll play at 9 against Mizzou tonight on ESPN. Randall inside. Cauley-Stein has made all 5 field goals today and breaking out of that slump.
And that's Kentucky basketball, offensive rebounding.
And now block on the other end.
And wins in this game.
Summers against the 7-footer, trying to use his quickness. But the 7-footer went straight up. It leads to transition. Randall will shoot 2.
Willie Cauley-Stein, superb defense on a point guard.
Here's Cauley-Stein. Finding a cutting Poitras for the slam. The 6th Kentucky dunk of the game gives them their largest lead. And a timeout taken by Andy Kennedy. 2 left.
Joe, you see this team starting to become very aggressive, Kentucky. It's like...
Harrison with a long 2 to respond. Summers. Cauley-Stein has had a heck of a night for Kentucky. Harrison able to roll it in. Henderson leaves it off the front of the rim. Another rebound for Willie Cauley-Stein. 10 points, 7 boards for the sophomore. Andrew Harrison down the lane. High off the glass for 2. And Kentucky's lead in the blink of an eye has grown to 14. Crowd rises. Timeout, Andy Kennedy, who senses it getting away.
Of containing the ball off the dribble. Summers, great shake by Andrew Harrison. Uses the glass. As we said, Kentucky doing a very good job of guarding Henderson without fouling him.
Cauley-Stein fights for the offensive rebound and a chance for a 3-point play. What a night for Willie Cauley-Stein.
And you know what, Joe? He's given you multiple efforts. Offensive rebound, the finish, You know what? Playing big doesn't mean you got to bench press 300 pounds. It's a mindset. Mentally, he was ready to go to the regular season game as I may have ever seen.
Henderson drives and Cauley-Stein rejects him.
Means we can maybe manage, what he brings to the table, but he could play at the next level in Europe somewhere.
Randall against a triple team. Cauley-Stein, who else? Double-double, 17 and 10. They call Colby for the foul. He's finished. Randall makes it in. And a much better second half for Julius Randall. Didn't score in the first, as it doesn't in the second.
So incredibly high.
So Kentucky takes sole possession, a second in the SEC with its 5th win out of its last 6, and Ole Miss falls to 6-3 in conference play. 80-64 the final score from Rupp Arena. John Calipari 81-2 in this building now. Kentucky's won 22 straight here. We'll be back with more here at Rupp Arena, but first let's go to Anish in the studio.